article was written back in 2021. Black people pay attention. The UN General Assembly has adopted a resolution condemning Nazism, neo Nazism, and all forms of racism, and the US and Ukraine voted against it, while a few countries, mainly US allies, abstained. The resolution was co sponsored by Russia. On December 16th, the UN General Assembly passed its annual resolution on combating glorification of Nazism and neo Nazism and other practices that contribute to fueling contemporary forms of racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia, and related intolerances, with 130 countries voting in favor and only two in opposition. Out of a total of 193 countries, 51 countries, including all members of the EU, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, were among those who abstained from voting on the UN resolution asking members to eliminate all forms of racism and attempts to glorify Nazism. The resolution was passed with overwhelming support from the third world countries. The resolution on combating glorification of Nazism, neo Nazism, and other practices that contribute to racism, xenophobia, and intolerance was adopted. The Russian permit mission on the UN announced on Thursday. Sponsored by Russia and more than 30 other UN members, the resolution expresses concerns about any form of glorifying Nazism, including putting up monuments and holding public parades honoring the Waffen SS, combat units within Nazi Germany's military, or declaring them national liberation movements, among other things. Russia has long taken issue with Ukraine and the three Baltic states, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia, honoring individuals and organizations affiliated with Nazi Germany during the Second World War. The resolution also urges member states to eliminate all forms of racial discrimination by all appropriate means, including legislation, and states that discriminate based on race, ethnicity, religion, or beliefs such as neo Nazism, Islamophobia, Christianophobia, and anti Semitism harms not just the targeted groups, but the society in general. Russia has proposed a similar resolution since at least 2015, and the United States has voted against it every single time. Like I said, I don't got nothing else to say. The proof is completely in the pudding. Every single time that this has come up, ever since 2015, and it was started by Russia, they stated that they wanted to get rid of any form of hatred, right? Any form of racism that could potentially be used against a certain type of group by way of Nazis and neo Nazis. And every single time the United States has voted against it. And you wonder why you have the United States helping out the Ukraine at this moment in time. Like I told you guys before, the United States is showing you who they align with. They are showing you who they are siding with. They are showing you where their beliefs, right, where their logic, where their heart actually is at the core of every single thing. So for the black people out there, no matter how much you want to believe that this country is one thing versus all the past incidences and different things of that nature, just note this article right here, that when it was time for the US to vote to get rid of neo-Nazism and Nazis, that the US decided to vote against it every single time. Every single time. Remember, these are the same people that quote unquote, oh, my grandpappy and my forefathers fought in these wars and fought against this and fought against that. But look at what the United States is sitting up there doing. Look at who the United States government is sitting up there giving weapons to in order to empower them and help them with their fight. Look at that. And then, not to mention, let's just go back to the fact that these are the same exact individuals in the Ukraine who decided that they wanted to use that same treatment that I just explained to you towards the Africans that are staying, living, have jobs, and doing school there and going back and forth from whatever their country is in Africa back to the Ukraine. And then, not to also mention that anybody who is a part of those African countries that also wants to help the Ukraine fight, they have to pay $1,000 of their own money first in order to help fight. So like I said before, it's quite amazing to me what is exactly transpiring at this moment in time. And then it's also very interesting how, more than likely, if they aren't already here, that you're probably going to have some Ukrainian refugees, right, coming here to the United States pretty soon, trying to escape whatever it is that is going on. So like I said before, don't be too surprised when you start seeing an uprise and an uptick in hate crimes and different things of that matter, because the US is enabling it, because the US has always enabled it. This is why you still have far-right groups here. This is why you still have Nazis and neo-Nazis here. This is why you still have Nazi sympathizers here at this moment in time, because it is what it is at this point in time. This is America. This is what America has always been. And they're clearly showing you their hand, but yet you still have other people out here that want to see, believe, and feel otherwise versus the actual logical facts that is presented directly in front of them.